I'm Ricc Rollins coming to you from Vinoy Park, and we're going places. Don't you want to come along? Sure you do. Let's go. Hello, I'm Ricc Rollins, and welcome to Going Places. We're here at Vinoy Park today, where we're going to make sure that this is a show that you won't soon forget. First up, Ricc Roundtree takes us fishing. That's right, I said Ricc Roundtree. The Reginald Roundtree tells us a fish tale that you won't soon forget. And then we talk to J.B. Ball, one of the most prolific comedians that I've talked to ever. He's got a couple of announcements. I've been teasing it. Now he's going to tell us what he's doing next. But first up, it's been an unforgettable summer for St. Petersburg sunrise watcher Al Nixon. For 7 years from this park bench, he's been watching the sunrise and greeting passerbyers. Those kind words that he dispenses and that advice have garnered national attention. Everybody from ABC to CBS has wanted to talk to Al, including us. Well, this morning, in an exclusive, we get to watch the ritual before the ritual. Al Nixon joins our Kathy Times on his park bench, and we see what makes Al so special. I think that after you watch, you'll agree that he indeed is a St. Petersburg treasure.
Morning, Al. Good morning, my friend. How you doing?
Morning.
Good morning, darling. How are you?
Good. How are you?
Doing well.
Good morning, Al.
Good morning, Kathy. How are you?
How are you?
I'm doing wonderful. How are you?
Doing great.
Enjoying the sunrise.
Absolutely. It's beautiful. I see
Good morning,
why you
ladies.
chose this place. Good morning. So anyway.
Perfect, perfect view. Lovely people. Glad you could come.
Me too. I'm not really a morning person.
I know.
But after this, I think I'll become one.
It is worth it. It's I call it life rising. To watch the sunrise, and it represents a new day, new life, a new chance at life. So if you stay in that moment, you just start your day well.
Yeah, I agree. For the first time, you let cameras capture you before you come to the park. So there's an entire process for you to prepare for the day.
Right.
Take me back to that moment. Why do you go through the process to get ready for your day here?
Well, you never know who may cross your path. You definitely want to stay in the moment, and you have to be in the moment for every single person. You have to be in tune to every single person, not only that are walking by, but whomever's sitting with you or standing and talking, that I feel privileged to talk to, emotionally and psychologically ready to receive anything that you can be told, whether it's really frivolity and funny stories, or it's something really, really heavy.
This morning there was someone waiting for you. Does that happen often?
Sometimes, yes.
Tell me, what was that like? She was such a sweet lady. It was really important for her to see you and give her that hug this morning. Tell me about that.
Often that happens, and for a variety of different reasons, but I knew when I walked up kind of the situation, so that takes precedence over everything. You notice I stopped completely thinking about anything else, and she matters to me. Really beautiful human being, but that's part of, I have to do my routine at home before I come here, because yes, there are people that sometimes they know my schedule, and especially during the week I leave a little earlier, so they want to just sometimes get it all out, or sometimes just sit and maybe I can make them laugh, or maybe we can just enjoy the sunrise together.
Tell me about your ritual. What do you do in the morning to prepare for this day?
I believe start of the day is really, really important for people to manage stress.
Absolutely, absolutely. So you're up at what time?
4:30.
What do you do between that time and the time that you come to the park?
Before I get dressed, I meditate. I really work on getting my mind and my heart clear for whatever that day will bring. And that's just my quiet time, just to pray. I start my coffee cup, I go in my coffee pot, I go in the restroom, I come back, make my coffee, and just sit for, I don't know, about 30, 45 minutes and breathe and meditate.
Outside, it's so tranquil.
Yes, and I have to do it outside. I can't do that in my dwelling. I have to, that's why I have my porch set up a certain way and there's a little pond near, so I just kind of open up and let everything out and kind of, get ready for whatever the day brings.
And how long have you been doing this?
7 years.
Why?
The morning part of the routine I've been doing a lot longer because that's just how I live my life. The park part of the routine was because of stressors at work and what I was dealing with in that period of time 7 years ago. I've always believed in my entire lifetime that finding a place of natural beauty, with water preferably, it doesn't solve your problem, but it allows you to put it in the right perspective.
Absolutely, I agree. The water is my happy place
It
as
is.
well.
Mm-hmm.
And so to get up every morning, this is a calling for you, would you say? It's very deeply spiritual.
Deeply spiritual.
Yeah.
It has become deeply spiritual. My existence is all about my faith.
You give and receive a lot of love.
I do. People are so warm if you give them a chance.
Very nice to meet you. Good morning, my friend.
I don't know.
Do you have any training in counseling or?
No. I was in sales for a good while, so I learned listening in any relationship is really, really important.
Tell me about some of your wow moments. Moments that you shared where you learned something or it just really sticks with you to this day where you say, I don't think I'll ever forget that.
Well, as I've said in the past, one of the first wow moment was when a woman told me that I had never seen before and hadn't seen since, that as long as I come, she knows everything is going to be okay. That was profound. And that was probably more of my beginning to understand the real reason I come, the spiritual reason I come.
Has this made you a stronger person?
Oh, for sure. It reminds you that your problems are nothing. I'm not even in any way, shape, or form concerned about my issues now. So if this gave me anything, that was one of the things. There's so many people that are struggling in ways that are unimaginable. I got a pretty good handle on mine, so no, I don't complain at all, for nothing. I hope to see you again sometime. Mm-hmm.
Good morning, how are you?
Good.
See, I told you Al is indeed special. Kathy, excellent story. Next up, we're going fishing with Ricc Rollins. Stay with us, we'll be back right after this.
Hi, I'm Arlene. Welcome to Coffee Speaks and Tea Talks. What's your coffee saying? Whether in for business or just getting away, let Coffee Speaks and Tea Talks be a part of your day. A place for you to come and share thoughts and spirit through a cup of coffee. Come and enjoy with us here at Coffee Speaks and Tea Talks. Coffee Speaks and Tea Talks. Enjoy life one cup at a time.
Over 95% of people are more likely to interact with a video ad compared to a text ad. Right now, JCD Creative and Advertising has a fantastic deal for your business to get in front of that 95% of people. Right now, get a free professionally shot and edited video for your business with the purchase of an advertising package. This is over $5,000 savings for your business, but you gotta act fast because there's limited time and availability for this deal. Fill out the information below or email contact@jcdcreative.net to reserve your business's spot for this fantastic deal. We look forward to working with your business and helping you stand out above the rest as we take a creative approach to advertising at JCD Creative and Advertising.
Welcome back to Going Places. Well, the water is a part of the story. You take water, and some fish, a boat, and a good fish tale is about to be told by our own Reginald Roundtree. Take a look.
Living here in Tampa Bay, you gotta love the water. Not only do we fish and have fun, we also talk about life. So, do you want to have fun and relax and hear from people you know and love? Sports figures, politicians, and everyday people. Come join us. This is Fish Tales.
Anyway, out here in Tampa Bay, Captain John, we got the old defensive tackle right here from the Bucs. You know Brad Culpepper, Big Mike. Captain John, the water's nice and calm. We're going to try to show you how to catch some fish, but also talk to you a little bit about some fun stuff that's going on. Join us. Out here in a secret spot fishing, and Brad's already hooked up on something. It looks like a redfish from here. On an incoming tide, you know, the water's nice and calm. We got plenty of bait and everything, and we're kind of working the shoreline here. Nice little snook over there, but there's plenty more fish out here. That's a monster. Oh, yes. Us Florida boys know how to, oh, you son of a, just when I talk shit. All right, we worked this spot here for a little bit, had a couple of good bites. As soon as the sun came out, it kind of shut down, so we're gonna move back to the mouth of the water here and wait for the incoming tide, which should be better off for the fishing, but they're out here, trust me.
So until the tide moves, and then we're gonna move up once the tide starts coming in. So apparently this is the slack tide honey hole.
Oh! Got net? All right, get that head. Bam!
Yeah!
Yeah, baby!
Way to go, Red!
It's a beautiful fish, and this is what we come out here for, to get these big snooks like this. 3 feet of water. Captain John's gonna get him aerated, get the water going through his lungs, his gills and everything. But this is a beautiful fish, and we're gonna get him revived and get him back in the water. I mean, you've been here for 20 plus years.
I have more than that.
Yeah.
God, I got down with the Bucks in like '94.
Right.
Back when we were still the Yuccaneers.
Yeah.
And
You still got the colors on.
I do. Listen, you know, it's. I think they should bring it back for at least a game or two.
At least.
They need to change the rules so they can wear the white helmets.
Right.
But now Monica and I raised all my kids here, and they went to grade school, Plant High School, and we live on Davis Island, and I don't know. There's nowhere else in the state I'd rather live. I don't think there's anywhere else in the country I'd rather live.
You look great, man. Look like you might be able to.
No. I look okay, but no, it's a young man's game for all the other football and everything. Maybe place kick holder. That's about it.
All right, Brad Culpepper, guys.
Maybe catch a snook.
There you go. Let's get him. Oh, that's got weight. It's got weight.
Sweet!
Nice, Red. It was our pleasure to bring Brad Culpepper out here with us today. We want to bring folks in the community, whether they do sports, law, political, or whatever. We just want you to see them out of their element, out here fishing and having fun, because everybody loves fishing, right?
Reggie, I appreciate you having me. I mean, you're a man about town. I've known you about 30 years, and you're jack of all trades.
Yeah.
It doesn't surprise me that you're such a good fisherman, or maybe you surround yourself with good fisher people.
Good fishing people.
No, for sure. Captain John was amazing, but no, this is why we all live in Tampa Bay, and
we wouldn't trade this place for anything.
And you can do this year round.
Year round.
Which is amazing. But we touched a lot of nice fish today.
And we have never not come home without a big old snook.
That's true. You got a streak going. That fish. You got a streak going.
Thanks for joining us, guys.
I bet you Reggie's not the only one that's got some tales to tell. Those fish probably have a couple of stories of their own. Reggie, welcome to Going Places. We look forward to the stories that you will tell. When we come back, we continue our conversation with JB Ball right after this.
Hi, I'm Arlene. Welcome to Coffee Speaks and Tea Talks. What's your coffee saying? Whether in for business or just getting away, let Coffee Speaks and Tea Talks be a part of your day. A place for you to come and share thoughts and spirit through a cup of coffee. Come and enjoy with us here at Coffee Speaks and Tea Talks. Coffee Speaks and Tea Talks. Enjoy life one cup at a time.
Welcome back to Going Places. Last week we talked with JB Ball about his comedy. This week I can show you better than I can tell you, and then we'll continue our conversation. Take a look.
2020's been hard because of the people that we've lost, right? And what I mean by that, because we lose people every year. Like, that's not new. But doesn't it just feel like for some reason, like this year's hitting, Kobe's gone. Bruh, we lost Chadwick Boseman. We just lost Chadwick Boseman. Regis Philbin, gone. Little Richard, gone. And that's the part that's so hard for me to accept. It's, why is everybody I hate so healthy? Don't tell me
You do
I'm the
that
only
now.
one who's
You
felt
give
like
voice to the people that sit in this room that
Sure.
have not figured out how to do that. When did you discover that voice? I mean, really discover it, not grow to it, but when you were standing there and it is like, it's that, the whiz moment, the be a lion moment, when you say, I got this.
Yeah, I think I can tell you what it was. So I was always a good joke writer. Like I was always clever, right? But sometimes I would come up with something clever, but it didn't serve a purpose other than just being clever and funny. And that was fine. Like it would get the laughs, everybody would leave feeling happy, but you wouldn't really be able to tell anybody anything about me. You wouldn't be able to describe me. You'd go like, that kid was funny, right? Colin Kaepernick, when that was going on, and people were boycotting Kaepernick as he was kneeling for the flag. That was the beginning of, I was really starting to take shape as like an individual who had something to say. And basically what I was doing was, I was going to these places like red states, red counties, whatever you want to call it. And I was doing this angle of, I bet you actually agree with Colin more than you disagree. You just don't know that.
Wow.
And so the idea was like, I would entice you in by having an opposing strategy and an opposing idea, right? And then I would break it down step by step. And then as you would see how many things you agreed upon, you would realize how silly it was, what you didn't agree about.
Wow.
And so by the end of it, these people are applauding. And these are in massive red states, right? These are in very conservative places. And that's not to call those people villainous. I'm just trying to provide a different perspective for you to see, like, we are actually more alike than we are separate. It's just the way we've been thinking through it is irrational.
That's amazing.
There's another way to see it. And when you see it like that, we're on the same team, man. What are we talking about?
And you know, I think that comedy, you know, Scripture says that a merry heart doth like a good medicine.
Okay.
I think that what you do, it's part revival. Because there's some healing that happens in the room, because like you said, you've got these people who thought they were vehemently opposed to certain things, and
Yeah.
you made them think.
Yeah.
That's magic.
But the point is, like, I didn't attack them.
Right.
Right? The idea was like, I disagree with you, but I respect you as a person. I just want to show you something
That's
that
it.
I don't think you've seen,
Yes.
and let's see where it gets us. I
Yes.
just want to show this to you because I do think it's persuasive,
Yes.
and I don't think you can really argue it. But I want to show this with you. I want to share this with you, and as we do that, we come closer together. You know, and look, they may not vote different, they may not think through something different, but they will approach at least that topic that I brought up. They will approach that differently because they will have too much information logged to ignore it. Right? They'll remember the moment where they're like, yeah, I didn't really have something for that. That was a fair kind of way to kind of see that.
Wow.
So that's kind of my goal. Like, I like to tightrope walk. It should feel like on some level you're Evel Knievel in a way. You're playing with danger, but the idea is that the release and realizing you hit the safety net and we're all good, you'd be like, boy, that was fun. And that's the kind of material I try to approach with. So if you come to my show, like, we're gonna talk about controversial things. You know, we're gonna get into that. I'm not afraid to talk about that. But my bet is that I can make it fun for you if you come in with an open mind or open heart. I'm not going to attack you. I might make you question something about yourself, but it's not from a place of attacking. It's just like, I bet you don't know this about you. When I found out it about me. I was like, okay, this is kind of a funny thing. And like, I like having that moment with people. It's great after shows where you can bond with somebody where you couldn't look more different.
And I saw you with your audience. And they were your audience.
Yeah,
I don't care who else was here tonight.
It's a
no
very
shade to
eclectic
anybody
bunch.
else. But it was your audience, and they wanted to let you know that tonight was a night for them.
Yeah.
And I stood back and I beamed. I beamed.
It was a sweet moment.
Yeah, it was.
Yeah.
It was. When we come back, the laughs and the conversation continue with JB Ball right after this.
Over 95% of people are more likely to interact with a video ad compared to a text ad. Right now, JCD Creative and Advertising has a fantastic deal for your business to get in front of that 95% of people. Right now, get a free professionally shot and edited video for your business with the purchase of an advertising package. This is over $5,000 savings for your business, but you gotta act fast because there's limited time and availability for this deal. Fill out the information below or email contact@jcdcreative.net to reserve your business's spot for this fantastic deal. We look forward to working with your business and helping you stand out above the rest as we take a creative approach to advertising at JCD Creative and Advertising.
Hi, I'm Arlene. Welcome to Coffee Speaks and Tea Talks. What's your coffee saying? Whether in for business or just getting away, let Coffee Speaks and Tea Talks be a part of your day. A place for you to come and share thoughts and spirit through a cup of coffee. Come and enjoy with us here at Coffee Speaks and Tea Talks. Coffee Speaks and Tea Talks. Enjoy life one cup at a time.
I lost both my grandfathers when I was very young, but I still have both my grandfathers around. Still getting to see them and still getting to work with them, you know, that's something that I realized they need people that can help them because one, insurance is confusing, there's nothing fun about it, but there are legitimately tons of ways that you can get help through a lot of these different types of programs. You know, there's different plans, different companies, you know, and as you get older, you're gonna realize that your healthcare and your needs are gonna change and you're gonna need different things. If it's dental, you know, like if you're gonna have surgeries or you're getting tons of tests done, there's so many different ways that you can help yourself and there's so many different programs like, you know, if you're having trouble paying for prescriptions, like that's something you can get help with. If you need help applying for like Medicaid or things to get, you know, more affordable health care depending on what your income is. There's so many different ways that you can help yourself, and that's where I come in. I'm not what you would call a captive agent, so I don't work with just one company. I'm a broker, so I try to work with as many different companies and as many different types of plans that I can. You know, we do the Advantage plans, we do the supplement plans and the prescription drug plans, so I'm not so much concerned about the company. I want to make sure that your needs are met.
So 3 years ago, you broke our hearts. You said you were moving away.
Right.
Now, I could really be mad because I found out on social media that you were leaving, but it was time.
Right.
So those 3 years away have done what?
I've expanded my career in terms of like the things I've gotten to do. Like, look, I love Tampa, like through and through. I defend Tampa no matter where I go, right? But it has its limitations in terms of this particular career.
Yes.
You can only go but so far, right? And so you got to move to LA or New York or one of these markets where there's a bigger presence for this particular career. So I moved to LA. I've been there 3 years. Since then, I've written one of the most successful sketches for Comedy Central Digital. I've worked for Kevin Hart's company in multiple capacities, writing sketches for them, doing stand-up. You know, I did a show with Kevin Hart on Comedy Central. I've worked for MTV's Ridiculousness, which is their longest running show at this point. It's still on. We were on season 29 when I left. I'm moving on to a new show, a new project with Kevin Hart as well. So it's one of those things where one thing leads to another, leads to another, leads to another. You know, I'm in at one of the major clubs there. I get to network with big names all the time, and it's really nice to exchange ideas with somebody who's much bigger than you, and they're like enamored at something you did, where they're just like, I can't believe you figured out how to do blah, 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 and the way you did this, and you know, you're looking at somebody that you grew up watching, and they're like a fan of something you did in 10 minutes. It's very surreal, you know, it's very humbling, and it really gives you a confidence up there, like, I do know what I'm doing, and I am right for the way I'm approaching it. Yeah, man, it's been great. Like, don't get me wrong, it's way too expensive out there, and people are, they're different, you know? But you learn to love it, and you learn more about it. But it's been an incredible experience, and I hope I get to keep pushing forward. I'm really excited about what's coming up. So.
Well, hopefully you enjoyed this edition of Going Places. Kathy, thank you for introducing us to Al. What an extraordinary individual he is. And Reggie, your fishtails are legendary. JB, thank you for making us laugh. It truly fuels the heart. Well, we're going places. We want you to go along, but before we go, check out our own fishtail. Take a look.